Right, okay, fan reaction time then. Sheffield United 0, Burnley 2. That is a proper statement win, that. Genuinely, really. And we weren't lucky either. Alright, the second goal, you could say, in isolation, was a lucky goal. But Burnley were easily the better side. They properly controlled that game. I used the word dominated in the full-time show, and I've got a bit of stick for it. We didn't dominate possession and like we're head and shoulders better than them and just constantly attack them. It weren't that kind of domination, but we completely controlled that game. Even in the first half, we were passing it well, controlled, organised, resolute. We didn't look like we were going to concede at any point. And that's mad considering we were playing at Bramall Lane, they were the top of the league until we went there and beat them. Obviously, Leeds beat Stoke later. So Leeds are top of the league now. Another place where we've won. But Burnley were absolutely fantastic. I'll be fair, just going into the game itself, thought Sheffield United probably started the brighter of the two, but then Burnley started to get a foothold in it. And then, like I said, just kind of like controlled the game. Passed it around well, dictated the pace of the play, I think is the best way of saying it. And then, obviously, got the goal. And what a goal it is as well, by the way. As I've listened to Wilder's comments, and as he says, we beat their press pretty easily for this, because it got to Fleming, and you're expecting him to take a touch or two and maybe turn and run at the defenders. That then gives their Sheffield United players time to get back. But he just pings it out wide to Humphreys. Fantastic ball. You could say the start of the move, like the actual start of that attacking play. Brilliant ball out. Doesn't even look, just pings it out to Humphreys. Humphreys is then in acres of space, and he doesn't need to take a touch and then set himself and then run. He could just run straight onto it. It is such a good pass from Fleming. And obviously Humphreys is in loads of space, and Humphreys were brilliant. He really was brilliant. He's been good for a while now. I think it's his position to lose, to be fair. But then he uses that space. He runs into the space. Sheffield United now obviously got their facing towards goal. They're running back at goal. Ball in, obviously from the left. Brownhill is unmarked at the back post on the right-hand side because all the players have moved towards the left. And what a header from Josh. Like, you're expecting him to maybe take a touch, maybe try and volley it, but it's at an awkward height. So he just heads it, and he obviously heads it down. He does so well to head that down and head it the way he does in the position that he does. Absolutely fantastic. And I tell you what, he's been brilliant recently as Josh Brownhill. He gets a lot of stick from a lot of fans. And again, I've said it on the full-time show. I'm not going to go into it too much. I said it in the pre-game show as well. A lot of it's unnecessary. But he's been proving a lot of people wrong. He was absolutely fantastic again today. My man of the match, Josh Brownhill. I thought he was brilliant. And now we have a bit of a headache when Foster comes back, don't we? Because do we drop Fleming and then put Lyle in the 9 and have Brownhill in that sort of like 10/false 9 sort of role? Or do we then put Fleming in his preferred position with Lyle up front and then drop Brownhill? Or do we just keep it as it is? And I think at the minute, you've probably got to keep it as it is. You can't drop Brownhill. He's been absolutely fantastic this season. He's had a couple of quieter games when he's been played a little bit further back, but when he's playing in the position that he is now, brilliant. He cannot be dropped. He's probably, at the minute, the most informed player in the Championship. He's absolutely fantastic. Thought Trafford were great today. Didn't have a save to make, per se, like a really big save to make. But everything he did really well. A lot of decent punches, coming for corners and crosses and things like that. And he just looks so much more confident. I know I've said this on other ones, but again, like you're going to Bramall Lane and you're thinking these are the places that sometimes players can sort of like go back into the shell and hide a little bit. Not Trafford, not any of them, to be fair, but definitely not James Trafford. He was coming out, punching crosses, like I said, and things like that. Absolutely brilliant again today was Trafford. Humphreys, I know I've already said he was brilliant, but another special mention for him. Absolutely fantastic. And I think what it is, Hannibal as well, he's another one that was fantastic. I think them two work really well on that left-hand side, because Hannibal gets the ball and he wants to come inside in the middle there, leaving the bit of space for Humphreys to utilise. He then gets up the wing and does that brilliantly. So, yeah, I thought Humphreys was absolutely fantastic today. I don't see how Pires at the minute gets back into the side. However, I would like to see Pires in that position, maybe against Stoke, something like that. With Hannibal on that left, because again he's quite good at going forward, is Pires, to be fair. So if he's got all this space to utilise that Hannibal's leaving him, then I think Pires could look good. with Hannibal on that left as well. I think Hannibal has made that position his own, really, and I do feel sorry for Coley O'Shaw. But obviously, Coley O'Shaw's had a bit of a poor start to the season. He's not been great. He sometimes runs into a dead end and things like that, and loses possession too much. Whereas Hannibal's been great. He looks after the ball. Someone said it on the full-time show, in the comments, and said he just looks after the ball better, and he does. I think with Coley O'Shaw, he gets the ball, and all he wants to do is just run forward, and gets his head down and runs, and then just runs into a dead end, gives the ball away, and then we're on the back foot again. Whereas Hannibal, he might not be as fast, he might not be as good at going forward in that sense, but he looks after the ball so well. And he has been fantastic in these last 2 games. I could have easily given him the man of the match today. I know a lot of people have, but I give it him against Watford, and I thought Brownhill was superb today. So like I said earlier, Brownhill for me. I thought we were absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you what, that away end today was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. Probably my favourite away game of the season so far. Ellen Road was up there as well. That was a really good away game. But I think Bramall Lane today, it just had that extra edge. I think it helped that we got that 2-goal cushion, and we could feel a little bit more relaxed, whereas at Ellen Road we're all on knife edge all the time. But obviously 2 great wins against the current top 2 in the Championship. Hopefully it does stay that way for much longer. Hopefully Burnley will be getting themselves up there. But saw a great stat today. The top 4 in the Championship have only lost 2 games all season combined at home. So the top 4 in the Championship have only lost 2 games all season combined at home. There's been over 40 games played. Both of them defeats came against Burnley. Obviously Leeds United 0, Burnley 1, and Sheffield United 0, Burnley 2. Obviously we've already lost up at Sunderland, and we can't beat ourselves at home, can we? So brilliant from Burnley. Scott Parker gets a lot of stick from a lot of sections of the fan base. I've been banging the give him time drum rather than the Scott Parker is God drum. I'm not going to sit here and say like I was constantly blowing smoke up his arse, but what I will say is I constantly said he needs more time. He had the rug pulled from underneath him, and he's done an absolutely fantastic job considering all the circumstances to be where we are after the halfway point of the season. We're exactly halfway in the season now, and we are 1 point off top. This game had so much jeopardy riding on it, by the way. Let's remember that, because if Sheffield United had won that match, they'd have gone 7 points clear of us. And even at this stage, I'm not sure we'd have pulled that back. But 1 point, we're right back in it. We really are right back in it. And I tell you what, we've done it to Leeds now, like I said, and we've done it to Sheffield United. Scott Parker wins these types of games. His style really does work in these type of games. But absolutely brilliant today, Burnley. The perfect away performance, and we are right there in with a shout. Get in there.